I think. Some people that know me might not say that. Ellen, oh, hi, Dancing Diane.
Hey,
Dancing. That's me. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm a tap dancer, and that's why they call me Dancing Diane. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to see all the family, and it is to me such a privilege to experience the love that's in this room. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I don't have as many varied experiences with James as some of you do because I haven't known him that long. But as was said, he has touched me deeply. And this thing about him, you know, making you feel like you're the only one there, you know, I didn't feel like I was his best friend, but when we were talking, that was it. And James could talk. You all know that. You could talk and talk and talk. And we've had some great conversations, and he was very uplifting, but also when I had something bothering me, he didn't mix messages when he told me like it was. You know, he cut right through the you know what and got to the point, which I appreciated because I needed that, because I could, you know, be very delusional at times. It's good to meet you, Ellen. I hadn't met you. My brother also died, and there was something, see, I feel more like James as a brother because of the disease they shared. And my brother died also of the same disease. And there's something in common with James. And this is the kindness that he displayed, the compassion to everybody, all this attention to detail, seeing beauty, seeing God, all these things. Is so amazing to me. And some people see these things and they don't talk about it, but he let you know what was special about you and the beauty that he saw. Mother Teresa had a saying, no kindness, however small, is ever wasted. And I thought of that as I was listening to everybody and what Nancy was talking about, the little gifts and this little thing and that little thing. Even if it's a moment of time, it's authentic time. Authenticity was mentioned. It's on his. That is so important, to be with somebody and know that they are authentically right there and present with you. That is a gift. And when they say no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted, I believe that to the pit of my soul, and I know that James did too. Because all these little things that we do, that he did, they affect us, they affect other people. I went to the apartment. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, James offered my dance partner, we were going to New York to go to National Tap Dance Day in May, which we did. And I don't know if you know, but he offered us your apartment. You know, to go up there and stay. But, you know, I thought, wow, that was really cool. Because I know how expensive it is to stay in New York. But I saw him here, and when the last time I saw him, I knew that I wasn't going to see him again. When I hugged him, I knew it. I knew that was it. And I didn't see him. But I just want you to know that he gave, when I went to the apartment here for a party, he gave me a hibiscus plant. And in that plant, in that pot, were two plants. An orange one and a red one. And so I say, you know, where shall I plant this? So I want you to know that you, because one is named after you, even though I hadn't met you, and one is named after James, Jimmy James, and they're right there together in front of my dance studio. So You know, when I go in there, I see this every time, and I think of James. And so now when I go in there, I'll just say, okay, let's dance. Okay.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry, I'm an alcoholic.
It's all right.
It's all right.
I just want to say goodbye to Jay. When I first got sober, I shared a lot in my home group, which is yeah. And at first I was always afraid to speak, and then I couldn't stop talking. James pulled me aside once and said, I want to help you. I think I can help you. And he decided that we were going to have one-on-ones. And he cooked for me and invited me over to his apartment. And it didn't happen many times, but the several times that it did happen, it was, for me, it was amazing, this time that I shared with him, because what he was able to shed and his spirit, and just sitting in the room with him, it was, I can't ever describe how much that meant to me. And I don't think I ever told him how much that meant to me. And then one time I went up to New York, and I was newly sober, and I was really afraid. And he told me, I'm going to be in New York, so if you feel like you need to call me, please call me. And so I did. And he invited me out to lunch. He took me to his place. He showed me your beautiful home. And then he said, I'm going to take you to one of my favorite places. After we had lunch, we walked out to the park. And he took me to this bench. And we sat and we talked. And he told me, he said, don't ever give up. Just whatever you do, just don't give up, you know? And he'd always text me, and he'd always just text me, little texts, just to know, let me know that you know, that he was thinking about me. That's how, you know, the special kind of person he was. He'd always reach out. And, you know, this is really hard for me to stand here, because when I found out he was sick, you know, it was, we had lost so many friends, and I didn't know how to deal with it, so I stayed away. And I'm sorry for that. I just don't know how to deal with it, but I made my peace with my friend Jimmy James. And it was very hard for me to come up here, but I tell you, that last powwow we had, and meeting him and going to lunch and sitting with him in this special place in that park, I walked from 92nd all the way to the Hudson River that day after meeting with Jimmy James, just on his energy alone. And he was a great friend and a mentor as well. And I'll never forget him. He'll always be in my heart. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maggie.
Maggie.
I'm an alcoholic. We have a saying in AA, we meet people here, and some of them have what we want, and some of them don't. And James, immediately, the first time I met him, I thought, oh my gosh, I want what he has, his wardrobe. When I sat next to James, I always felt like I was sitting next to Cary Grant, one of my and I told him that recently. He was at our beach meeting, and I said, oh my gosh, you just look like Cary Grant and more. But the other thing that James had that I wanted, I used to think, I catch a cold and I'm a baby, and I used to think the way he handled illness just amazed me. And I always thought, well, if I'm ever you know, seriously ill, I'm going to ask James to be my illness sponsor. We also have sponsors here, people who help us, you know, cope with life on God's terms. And And so now I think when I'm seriously ill, I'm always going to remember the dignity that James emulated. No matter how bad it got, I never heard him complain. I never heard him whine. I never heard him. He was just, he put it on the table, and then he would tell us what he was doing about it. Not just leave it at, oh, poor me. It was, this is what's going on, and this is what I'm doing about it. And I just had to share that, because that always struck me as being one of his strongest qualities. So anyway, thank you.
Before Kyle's tape runs out. Thank yous. Nancy, who really hosted this event with me, shared the planning and the burdens. Paul, for opening the clubhouse for us. Ebony, for holding it in and letting it out. Gail and Ephraim for catering. Sarah for pastries and love. Kyle, our video and tech guy, he's 18, so he knows how all this stuff works. To my family for supporting Jimmy and me through the years, for being here with me today. To those of you who broke your anonymity today to share a few thoughts about Jimmy and recovery and about how these programs save lives and how you've all done that for each other. And to everybody for coming. Let's listen to one more song while we're still together, and afterwards we'll go through this door, preferably, and come around the other side to the purple room for some snacks. Thanks, everybody.
Love is blind and that I knew it.
All right. Let's go.